everyone. I just thought I would check in. It's been, I think, 5 days now that I've been in Dahab, and it's been really nice in a lot of ways because I've finally been able to rest and unpack and just start to explore like I desired. So the first couple days I did that. I caught up on my rest. I walked around and I found a couple good places to get some fresh produce away from all the touristy places, so it's a little better prices, but I can't complain about prices at all because it's really inexpensive here, and the people here are nice. Everything is very organized and tidy, and people are here just on vacation, so they're just in like a nice light mood, and yeah, so it's a good environment to be for a little while. Internally though, I've been restless. Like since I got here, I've had at first what felt like a really positive energy has turned into kind of this kind of chaotic energy inside me. Even I've been having migraines, and so I haven't been able to sleep well. I've been very restless, and also had a hard time exploring further. Usually I'm a little more passionate about exploring areas, and here, even though I have explored a little bit, it's been like slow starting. I haven't even gone swimming yet, and I've tried, but I just keep hitting kind of walls that I'm not sure how to get around. And maybe they're not always walls that other people see, but they're ones that are there for me. So initially it's an overwhelm that the part of the beach that my little apartment is by is big hub for all the scuba divers. So there's a bunch of people there, big crowd, and it's this rocky beach that they all just enter and exit in this one little spot by a restaurant. So it feels far too chaotic to just go in and swim, and I'm thinking possibly you have to pay, and I don't really know the process. I've seen a couple other little beaches, but they're like beach clubs, and everybody's just kind of like in party mode, I guess, and I'm not really there. Again, as I said, these are like invisible barriers to me, but I'm explaining them. It's a lot of people, and it's still difficult for me to be completely relaxed around so many people. So I walked almost an hour and a half to a beach that was a public beach, far off from Dahab, but supposedly like very private and nice. And I get there, and just as I'm coming down the hill and thinking, okay, I finally made it, and I'd gone early in the morning, there was a huge pack of dogs. I'm talking like, I mean, I see dogs here all the time, but I'm talking like maybe 20 or more dogs, and that's it, no people. And of course, absolutely no place to run for shelter if they turn, so there's no way I was gonna risk it. I don't want to be tore apart by a pack of dogs. That sounds like one of the worst ways to die, besides being eaten by a shark. So I walked the whole way back, just feeling a little defeated, honestly, even though it was a beautiful hike. But it's on concrete paths, and even the part that I had gone to get to the public beach was along this road behind the hotels, and like so many taxi drivers stop and ask if you want a ride, and some of them I don't think are taxi drivers, so I wouldn't anyway, but it gets annoying after a while. Like after about 20 honks, you're just kind of like, I need to get off this road. So yeah, I got back feeling a little frustrated, and I've been craving just jumping into the water and even dipping my head under, and there's that silence, and the water's just so close, but I can't seem to access it. So I don't know, like, I'm frustrated at myself for this. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I think it's from lack of sleep. I've been trying to eat healthy, and then noticing like I'm retaining water, like my body's really puffy. Maybe it's not noticeable to everyone else, but to me it's like I notice my body looking different, and I don't know what's going on with it. So it could be part of my health condition, or it could be just that I'm not processing my emotions very well, and so that they're kind of like building up inside of me. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, the other thing, I go in the evenings after the sun sets to one of these rocky beaches and I meditate, and that has felt good. But even then, I haven't really reached a level of true meditation. It's just been barely enough to calm my mind, because like I said, my mind is really just kind of that monkey mind going on right now. And I'm sure it just, even if I'm not really reaching a level of what feels to me like a therapeutic meditation, it's still helping to calm and counter it. So I have been doing that, and I'll do that here in just a little bit. And maybe it has to do with the moon, you know, the moon's full. I'm feeling very like emotional and raw. And like, I don't have a good emotional outlet other than to paint or to write, which of course are emotional, but I mean, like, I feel a little isolated around the full moon, so it's sometimes hard. And I traditionally love the full moon. It's usually when I have a lot of energy, so a lot of this energy is good. It's just not being directed in a good place for some reason. I haven't had the clarity in myself. And other than that, like, I'm working on my story, and it's a process because, and I knew it would be, like, I gave myself these 2 months even just to get it organized, like not even really writing, but just getting it all formatted and organized, and adding in what I've already written over the years, which is just a giant mess. So maybe these scattered thoughts have to do with all the scattered thoughts I'm actually sorting through, and bits of story that are already starting to fade. Like, I'm so glad I wrote them down when my emotions were intense, because now I feel some of them a little disconnected from, and that's a little bit hard, because honestly, like, these stories, the older ones especially, were so intense at the time, so real, so visceral, you know, and to feel them kind of becoming like the wisp of a dream that starts to just fade when you wake up. And there's a sense of loss to that, because I know that something's shifting in me. That's good, because I'm moving away from something that's had like a very strong hold on me for a long time, and it's beyond time for this, but it's also been what's pushed me into this wild unknown. And so yeah, things feel extremely different now all around me, inward and outward, and the things that motivated me even are changing. You know, I'm not on this intensely healing journey anymore so much as I'm on a journey to just live, and that's sometimes even harder, because it's like an overwhelm of options, but also knowing that out of the many options, there's ones that will truly resonate with you, and I'm not sure if I'm being receptive to that, you know, like, I want to embrace life, but I know a part of me is still closed off from things that I've reached for before, that just as I decided I want them, and just as I reached for them, they disappeared. And that's difficult. So this is becoming a very long video, and I apologize, but if you've listened up to this point, I appreciate it. You know, I don't know what I offer other people or travelers or whatever journey you're on, wherever you're at. I guess my only advice is to just keep pushing through. That's what I'm going to keep doing. So, you know, I hope these migraines let up. I hope I get brave enough to go swimming, because I know I'm better than this. Like, I'm braver than this. It's just, I think I wanted things to be a little easier. I think I wanted it to fall into place more than it did when I got here. And I think I'm more weary than I want to admit. I'm more exhausted than I know how to say, and ready to just fall into someplace safe for a little while and shut myself down, like. And here I am in a place that's going to ask of me to be strong a little longer, and to dig deeper into myself, to let more layers fall away, claim another level of independence and strength in myself. And all these challenges and all these things I go through in life, I appreciate. Looking back especially, but in the moment sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's like thinking, why am I here? Shouldn't I be back in Washington just doing the ordinary things of life, you know? I could be spending some beautiful time with my sister right now. I could be painting there too. So why this pull across the world? And even there's places I know that maybe people would be happy to embrace me. But I push myself into these places that I know will challenge me, and part of it is this sense of me that this is important, okay? This is why I'm here. I'm not here to sleep away my life, but I need to live life on my own terms. But like I said, I am feeling more exhausted than normal, and it's a chronic fatigue too. So it's my health, and I believe, of course, that my health and my emotional and spiritual well-being are all connected. So my health, my lupus, is a manifestation of also holding out and being strong for too long, and not knowing how to be compassionate with my body, or to turn myself off of survival mode into just living and love mode, like just to be and enjoy life, to feel safe, to actually feel safe and relaxed in my environment is difficult. And as I travel the world, I'm in amazing, beautiful places, but I could still probably count on my hands the amount of times I felt completely relaxed in myself. And that's just been my entire life. That's nothing even about travel, I want to say. But travel keeps me on a little bit of a hyperactive vigilance, you know. It's always addressing new challenges. So yeah, so 5 days in Dahab, and that's where I'm at. I'm a little overwhelmed and tired, and but grateful, and still kind of feeling like some wild pirate that just washed ashore in a foreign land that, I don't know, like it feels magical too, like out of a storybook. And maybe that's the best part of it right now, really. It's an empowering, crazy, radical thing that a main character would do in her own story. So, you all take care. I love you all. Bye.